So here's part 2 of how to find the base and height of a triangle. Now, you'll notice in these triangles, you aren't dealing with regular right triangles. And so finding the height might be a little more complex, but it's not too much of a difference. The rule doesn't change. You still have to know that the height is going to be perpendicular to the base. So here's how you work through that. So if I look at this first triangle here, I know that the base and height are supposed to be perpendicular, so in order for me to make that work, I have to extend the base down. And so it needs to touch, the height needs to touch one of the vertices and then be perpendicular, which the only way that that could happen is if it was right here, and then you can see here that if I extended it, now I have a right angle, which would mean that it have to look like this, which is what you have right here, extending down, and it continues and they touch. So if I extended this over, I would have a right angle. So that would be correct. Now, for the next two, if I look at this right angle right here, this base right here, again, in order to do it, I need to extend the base. So my base goes here. I need to keep extending it so that it makes a right angle right here. So that's really going to be the height right here. And it can be a little confusing, but all you have to do is just keep practicing it. And as you can see, that would be this one right here. And then obviously for the last one, the base is already right here. So if I need a perpendicular line, it would just be right here. So they can make a right angle right there. And so then that's that one right here. So it would be here, here, those two, and these two. So let's put those in the correct order. And that's really it. So again, going back to the one before, so we know here that we have a height. The height's here, height's right here. The base would have to be C. Just want to run through these to get to some other of the slanted triangles. So here, my base is right here. So I have a base here. That means that my height would have to be perpendicular, which would be this one here. So those are perpendicular. And if my base is here, my height would have to be perpendicular there. And if my base is here, it might be perpendicular there. And then one more time. The line segment shows the base of the triangle. So which line segment shows the base? And so if the height is right here, because the height is always going to come off of one of the points and be perpendicular to the base, that means that the base would have to be this distance here, because if you imagine that the line continued, it would be there, so it would have to be C. It couldn't be A because they're not perpendicular. The height and A are not perpendicular, and the height is not perpendicular to B, so C would be the height. I'm sorry, the base. C would be the base. All right, so I just wanted to demonstrate that really quickly. If you do come across any weird ones that you hadn't seen or that didn't make sense, feel free to reach out to me in case I need to do more demonstrations, but hopefully that should help. Let's get it done.